Hey everybody, Cougar here, and when last we spoke I was on board my rocket jetting away from Subnautica, ready to pay Altera its trillion credits. But then I got a subspace message telling me that the first set of equipment upgrades were available for me back here on Subnautica, so I turned that rocket right around, and now we're back and ready to check out the first batch of mods. First batch of equipment upgrades for Subnautica. Now, one of them is going to be evident to you right here on this screen. Take a look down at the bottom of the screen, and you'll see that I now have 12 quick bar slots. That's right, 12 quick bar slots. The game gives you 5 to start out with. I now have 12. This mod is customizable. You can have up to 12. If you only want, say, 6 or 8, you can quickly edit a text file. It's really easy to change the number of quick bar slots that are displayed. That is pretty freaking handy, I must say. Now, I've always thought that 5 was just one too few. I really don't need 12. You can see that I don't even have tools to fill up the 12 slots at this point, but I do have some back down at our other base, and we're going to travel back down to our Tree Cove base for another reason in just a second, and I'll pick up some more tools and weapons and stuff and fully stock my 12 quick bar slots. That's right. Let me just make sure that everyone heard that. I have 12 quick bar slots, guys. How awesome is that? Now, before I show you the next one, let's just get down out of the rocket, because I'm sure it's lovely out there tonight. Oh, rocket. Okay. Oh, this launch platform's a little funky, ain't it? Okay, the next mod that we're going to talk about is a map mod. That's right. You asked for it, you wanted it, now you can have it. It is a map mod. I'm going to open my PDA and look at this. It shows me where I am. It shows me all my beacons and other important beacons. Life Pod 2, Life Pod 13, my scanner room, the Beowulf, that's my Cyclops, the proposed Gazi habitat underneath that mountain. Now over here you see that there is a depth meter, a depth gauge, right? So red stuff is up high, dark blue stuff is down very deep. This map looks a little confusing at first, but you get accustomed to it really, really quickly. Look, there's the mountain island up there in the north. Here's the floating island down here to the southwest. Here's the Aurora crevasse right here. Here's our life pod, etc. Now, picture us going down into the Lost River, our Tree Cove base. We would be going down into the deep Grand Reef, down this way, turning right at a certain point, continuing down into the Lost River, and then following the Lost River through its meanderings until we got to our base down at the Tree Cove. So a little bit confusing at first, and apparently you don't need to use this background image. If you can find a background JPEG that suits you better as far as providing map reference points, there's a way to copy that in and use that as your map background instead. But this, for as weird as it seems right now, you'll be surprised how quickly it all starts to make sense for you, and you can find your way around really, really easily. Just some notable stuff. Now, for instance, up here is the impact crater in the dunes. We actually checked that out in one of the What I Miss episodes. Over here is the sinkhole in the dunes. We checked that out as well. So, and then this would be where the floating islands are. This is the blood kelp zone. Floating islands are over here. See, these are the floating islands right there. And then the mountain island Koosh bulb zone is over here. This is our our Ghost Leviathan platform right out here on the edge of the void. So you see, it all makes perfect sense once you get accustomed to it. For the other mods I want to show you, I'm going to have to be back at my... No, I only have to be back at base for one of the mods. The other one I can show you right now. Hold on.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, another mod that is available now. If I pull up my PDA and go to my Blueprints tab, there is a blueprint tracker available to you. So let's say you want to build, let's do something complicated like a Cyclops. A Cyclops. Now see, I hover my mouse over the Cyclops blueprint here, and it gives me this pin icon. Let's pin the Cyclops blueprint. Now when we exit, oh, we're in a vehicle, so it's not showing. When we exit the vehicle, exit our PDA, exit the vehicle, look in the upper right-hand corner. For us to build a Cyclops, you need 3, those are lithium, the plasteel ingots, 3 enamel glass, 1 lubricant, 1 advanced wiring kit, and 3 pieces of lead. So as you pick the ingredients up or have the ingredients in your inventory, it will count those down for you, so you can see exactly what you need. Let's choose another one, something a little simpler maybe. Cyclops shield generator is a little more complicated. Okay, maybe that's a good example though, because we have a power cell in our inventory. So obviously the power cell is green. We have 1 of 1. We need 1 advanced wiring kit and 1 bottle of polyaniline. So it's keeping track of what I need, makes it really easy for you to make sure that you have everything. You're not going into your PDA every 5 seconds. Do I have everything I need to craft that? Do I have everything I need to craft that? So pretty handy. I'll just leave the Cyclops one up there as a continuing reminder of what it is. To turn it off, you just click the pin icon again in your PDA Blueprints tab. Pretty nifty. Oh, the map, I should mention, replaces your beacon manager. You hit M as in Mary, as in map, M as in map, to change to the map instead of the beacon manager. If you want to go back to the beacon manager, you just hit N as in Nancy, and that takes you back to the beacon manager. Now if we want the map there instead, we just hit M again, and it brings up the map. Pretty cool, huh? Now the last thing I wanted to show you requires us to be at a base, and my Safe Shallows base here does not have enough powered equipment in it to really effectively demonstrate this next mod. So let's just take a nice leisurely zip back down to our Tree Cove base so I can show you this last mod as well. And along the way there, I'm going to keep checking the map to demonstrate how quickly you can get accustomed to it and how quickly it starts making sense, even if it doesn't really make sense to you the first time that you pull it up. Alright, so we're heading away from the base. We're going to turn left up here and head down into the Deep Grand Reef. Right down this ravine. Now as we get to the edge of the Deep Grand Reef, I'm just going to reference the map again. Alright, we're right on the edge of the Deep Grand Reef. Let's pull up the map again. Left click and hold and drag to move it around. And here we are, the player, right at the entrance to the Deep Grand Reef. So we were at the rocket, the Ares. We passed by our Safe Shallows base on the way to the entrance to the Deep Grand Reef. We turned left and moved down this ravine, and now here we are, and the Deep Grand Reef is out in front of us this way, and you see it gets deeper and deeper and deeper in the Deep Grand Reef. Let's continue down. Now these mods, the game is not necessarily mod friendly at this point in terms of you really need to know what you're doing to make a mod like this, and it basically alters the main game files, the main compilation files of the game, which can be risky, but I have seen no reports of problems with any of these mods. All these mods are available on Nexus, which is a extremely reputable mod distribution site if you're not familiar with Nexus mods. It's been around for a decade at least, and they're very careful about making sure that all the mods that they offer are Crab Squid's having a little dance. He's pirouetting. As I was saying, Nexus Mods makes sure that all the mods that they offer for download are extremely safe, and as I mentioned, also I've seen no reports of problems with these mods. Just people asking for different features and what have you, but nobody's saying, "Oh my gosh, this broke my game. It completely ruined my playthrough." No, none of that. None of that at all. So I will link the mods down in the description. Feel free to take them. They're all really easy to install if you have the QMod manager, which is offered a link to that download is offered on every mod page on Nexus, every Subnautica mod page that requires QMod. It's a quick, easy install, and then you just drop these mod folders into the QMod folder in your Subnautica directory, and it's instant. It's painless, completely painless. I'm running a little low on Seamoth health here, and we're about to go through the Juvenile Ghost Leviathan chamber. So let me pull up my repair tool using my 12 hotbar slots. How about that? 12. There are 12 guys. And now we'll try to sneak past this Juvenile Ghost Leviathan. So as I was saying, effortless installation if you're using QMod. And sorry, I just got to keep an eye on that Juvenile Ghost Leviathan for a second, because he seems slightly interested in me. He's heading this way. He's heading right for us. All right. Effortless installation, and I've been playing around with these a little bit. I have not encountered any problems or glitches, and nobody else is reporting big problems or glitches that I've seen. So, seem pretty safe and painless. And useful. The blueprint tracker mod that disables when you're in the vehicle, that is a setting that you can change. Only one of these mods. Let me just quickly pull up the options screen for a second. So go down here at the bottom. There's now a mods category in the options screen, and Subnautica Map has different options for fog. So I disabled the fog entirely for demonstration purposes, but you can turn it on, and there are two settings. There's a fog that just kind of makes everything that you haven't discovered yet invisible. There's a mode that makes the fog itself visible so that you know that you haven't been there yet. And then there's a way to completely disable the fog. As far as I could see, that is the only mod that offers any options in the options menu. But as I mentioned, there are other tweaks you can make if you're comfortable going in to config files, opening them in a text editor, and just changing certain settings in the text editor. They're very easy to make changes in, to tweak and configure yourself that way. So we're back down here at the Tree Cove base, and when we get inside the Tree Cove base, I will show you the last mod that I have downloaded. I think there's...
Warning. Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
Now, so we're talking about 4 mods here. I think there are 6 available for download on Mod Nexus right now. The other 2 didn't really interest me. They were more about changing the game's difficulty.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And changing where you would encounter different creatures. So here we are on the base, and we've got a lot of different things generating and draining power on our base. And if you want to have a better understanding of what is generating and what is draining power on your base, you can now use the Power Manager mod. I just hit P to pull up the Power Manager mod. It shows us on at the top of the screen on the left side how much power we are generating from various sources. Our bioreactor is inactive at this point because it has run out of biofuel. Our nuclear reactor is generating 250 power per minute, and it is stocked up with 2,500 powers. Our thermal plant, which is at 72 degrees Celsius, is generating 61.8 power per minute, and that is maxed out at a total of 250 power. On the right side, you see what is draining power on our base. We have a power cell charger with no power cells in it right now, so it's not draining any power. A battery charger with no batteries in it right now, so it's not draining any power. A filtration machine which is fully stocked with 2 waters and 2 salts, so it's not draining any power right now. And a scanner room which continuously drains power based on it doing its scanning, and that is draining 30 power per minute. If we let us, just for demonstration purposes, go down, and what if we pick up the power and the salt out of our water filtration machine so that it starts working. Oop. And now, in the upper right-hand corner again, you see that it is now draining 51 power per minute because it is generating H2O and salt. Pretty cool, huh? Now the map is also supposed to have the ability... It's supposed to... Hold on, let me try something. If I equip the scanner room HUD chip, the map is supposed to have the ability to remotely change what the scanner room is scanning for by clicking the middle mouse button. Now, for some reason, that's not working for me. Maybe I didn't read up on it closely enough as to how it's supposed to work. But the middle mouse button is supposed to give you the option to change what the scanner room is scanning for. I'm not sure why it's not working. I will go back and investigate and drop a note down in the comments if I can figure out why it's not working. Yeah. I mean, I'm clicking the middle mouse button and nothing's happening. But P to turn the power manager on or off. And again, N to switch from the map back to the beacon manager. M as in map to get back to the map. And 12 quick bar slots, guys. 12 of them, if you want 12. If it was me for a playthrough and I wanted to use this mod for a playthrough, I'd probably stick it at 6. And again, that is a very quick change to make just by opening a file using a text manager and changing the number from 12 to 6. Very simple. So there you have it, guys. The first batch of mods are out, available for Subnautica. They're all very useful in their own way, and I would highly recommend them if they interest you. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like and subscribe. I will be dipping back into Subnautica from time to time for interesting stuff like these mods and other reasons. And of course, when there's a DLC, of course, I'll be fully back into Subnautica at that point. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe. stay dry.